All right, team. We just want to come with another video and just showing you a little bit about the tools within this putting facility, right? So here's our handy and trusty PuttView tablet, and this is where you can kind of pick your different practice modes. And so inside of practice, one of my favorite things to do is random putts. Go ahead and set this from about 6 to 10 feet. If anyone was watching the Open this week, we saw Scotty Scheffler miss so many 8 footers. It was just hard. It's somewhat hard to watch. So this is where we remedy that. What this is going to do is it's going to walk you all around the greens and give you different breaks, different speeds, uphill, downhill. Um, and you can kind of see where you start and you can see which hole you're going to. Now, if you want to do different things, you can hold down this button and you can look at it from a different perspective. So you can change it to rolling balls, you can change it to hole entry, you can turn the ideal line off, and you can go more for the corridor. And the corridor is going to basically show you your firm putt line and your dyed in the cut putt line. And obviously you need to be in the middle, right? And so that's what that wire frame is looking at here. Um, Another thing you can do is you can kind of turn that off altogether and you can just look at your straight line. You can do the same thing. You can do a corridor. So again, that long line is going to be your 3 foot pass line. The short line is going to be your dot in the cup line. And that medium line is actually your 1 foot line. If I change this to 0, now you only have 2 lines because you have your dot in the cup line and you have your 3 foot pass line. If we go all the way to the 3 foot pass line, same thing. You're going to have 2 lines. Some people like that kind of medium, 1 foot by. I'm more in this, like, let's just get it a couple inches by, and you can kind of see what that line looks like. Another thing I like to show people is if you hold this down, you can actually change this to an aim point. And so you can see this dot down here, that's your aim point. And so you're going to see that amount of break into the cup. Um, Guys, this technology is just wicked cool. And so let's go ahead and hit this arrow and go to the second putt. And you can see what it's going to do. It's going to walk you around the green. It's going to give you different looks. Major uphill putt here. So again, for us to die it in the hole, look how far we have to hit it past the hole here. Again, it's giving you your corridor of straight line. Again, if you're a guy that can see curves, then maybe you want to go back to the ideal line corridor, which is here. Another cool thing you can do is you can change the thickness of these lines. You can change the brightness of these lines and do different things like that. So again, we can just kind of walk through and look at how it's going to give us different putts, varying in length from 6 to 10 feet. This one happens to be pretty straight. Another fun thing you can do is you can say, hey, I want to have this putt until I make it. Camera, again, is going to track that ball all the way through. When you make it in the hole, it's going to push you to the next cup. So again, lots of different fun stuff there. From a green perspective, again, I'm going to show you the party trick. Here's the topography lines. Here you see the ridge. Again, this is the ridge on Furman number 10. So let me paint you a picture real quick. If we're on the green, looking back at the tee box, looking back at the clubhouse, you're going to have a big bunker down here. You're going to have a big bunker over here. You definitely got that water running down the hill over here. And there is a ridge cutting those 2 bunkers in half right down the middle. And so that was kind of some of our inspiration in here, which just allows us to give you right breaking putts, left breaking putts, both uphill and downhill. And the PuttView guys themselves said this was one of their favorite green topographies that they've ever worked on. So definitely take that as a huge compliment, because those guys have done some pretty cool stuff. That is random putts. That's practice mode. We can definitely get into some other stuff like star drill. Star drill is definitely just going to put, you can see all of these dots around, and it's going to basically work you all the way around this cup, giving you 6 different putts. Great drill. Going to give you different breaks, different speeds. Visual cues, another great option. And what it's going to do is basically give you the line. It's going to give you the path at which you need to put the ball on. But it actually allows you to uncouple the two major pieces of putting. Putting's two things. Can you read the putt? Can you execute the putt? Execute the putt means start line and speed. Read the putt means, are you reading the putt? Can you get the break line visually? Do you know how it's going to break and things of that nature? PuttView gives you both of those, and when the lines go away, it starts to decouple that. So everything that you're learning and it's teaching you, you now get to practice just like you're on the course, because you don't have PuttView lines on the course, even though I wish we all did. One of the last and most favorite things is gameplay. So yes, this is all fun. This is great. Let's talk about putt pong. Probably one of the best speed drills inside the golf house that you can do. And it is extremely difficult. But a buddy's down there is team one. You know, we can be here as team two. I'm actually going to be team one real quick. And you're just going to see some of the power of this, right? The goal is for me to stop the cup in one of those 6 cups down there and control my speed and understand the break lines. A little bit short, okay? But you get the picture. You've got to start to get very precise with your putting. Definitely breaks, definitely all kinds of stuff here. This is addicting. My absolute favorite game though, darts. And so one of the coolest thing with darts is you can kind of set your scoreboard. You can set where the players are going to putt from, and then it's actually going to keep track of the score for you. And so let's just go ahead and play a quick shot here. Again, speed, location, especially when you get down to the very end. So 15, and it automatically takes your points down. So another great tool to bring in the friends and just again work on putting, work on speed, work on aim. Getting good at golf doesn't have to be brutally painful. It doesn't have to be out in 100-degree weather on the putting green. You can come inside, AC, different games. Invite your friends and family. That's the kind of environment here at the O19 Golf House. These are just some of the tools you have at your fingertips with PuttView on our big PuttView custom green. Again, modeled after Furman number 10. Come check us out.